One thing that's very difficult in being a self-aware narcissist is just my mind. And it's the thoughts that wage war on my head 9 times out of 10 every single day, all throughout the day. And there's things that pop in there that I'm like, wait a second, like that's not nice. That's not kind. That's not loving. And I have to kind of take a step back and be like, hey, my old self or my fully narcissistic self would have handled this situation in this way. I would have started yelling at this person. I would have started screaming. I would have made sure to connect with other people and devalue this other person and put on a smear campaign so that I could look like the good guy. And I have to take a look at those situations and I have to be like, wait a second, this is not the person that I'm trying to be. This is not the person that I want to be. So as a result, I need to take a step back, recalibrate, and rewire how I'm thinking about a situation. For me, this involves like daily using a tool that I have from the Warrior Group called stacking. And stacking is the idea where I deal with my emotions, I deal with my feelings, I deal with everything that I want to just say and just put out there. And then I have to come alongside and I have to equate it to the facts. Because the facts are the truth. And the truth will set you free. So as I look at it and I deal with the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings, the things that are running through my head, I have to take a look at it and I have to say, hey, how does this actually compare to reality? And once I take a look at how it matches up to reality, then I'm able to actually step aside and be like, hey, I need to rewire this idea so that I'm not triggered to go down this road. So I'm not triggered to go down this road and start yelling and screaming and, cussing at this person. Okay, what is triggering inside? Am I feeling shame? Am I feeling frustration? Am I feeling anger? If I'm experiencing like helplessness, like frustration, the idea that I can't figure this out on my own, like what's actually going on underneath the surface, and then what is the story that I'm telling myself? Maybe I'm not good enough for this person. Maybe this person is way out of my league and there's no reason I should be here. Maybe saying like, hey, the things that I have inside are a struggle. And I'm unwilling at times to share this with people because that is vulnerable and that's scary. Sometimes the biggest battle is the war in my head. And it's not crazy. It's not, I don't hear voices. It's not psychopath where I want to go around and like murder everybody. Like that's not the case at all. But it's the thought of me or my circumstances not being good enough. It's the idea that there's more out there. It's the idea that there's the possibility of better happiness, of a better life, of a better success, of a better lover, of a better person, of a better friend that's right around the corner. And what happens is, as I look at that, as I think on those things, if I go down this rabbit hole of like thinking of that concept of something better, it sidetracks me from me. It sidetracks me from gratitude. It sidetracks me from joy. It sidetracks me of getting anything out of the moment of positivity, of excitement, of engagement. It lose all of that. Because I'm so focused on what's next, what's out there. Is the grass actually greener on the other side? Or is it just a picture? And what's actually going on? And sometimes these thoughts come in like singular moments. And other times these thoughts just kind of like swirl all around. And there's not really clarity of what's going on. But I think a lot of the struggle that I'm dealing with is dealing with the idea that it's okay where I am. But I'm going to continue to grow. I'm going to continue to change. But the idea that the grass is not always green at the other side. And for that, I have to take a step back and I have to focus on my work, my healing, my help. And as I do that through the stacking of dealing with my emotions, dealing with my feelings, figuring out what's the fable, what's the story that I'm telling myself, and then how does that match up to the facts? And once I look how it matches up to the facts, then I have to rewire my brain to say, hey, I've done the work in this area. When I feel this trigger and I want to go this direction, I have to remember, hey, I already did the work. And when I did the work, it gave me a different conclusion based on the facts, not based on my emotions, not based on my insecurities, but based on actual facts. And when I do that and I start to look at that, I remember that new story that's helping me change and live a better life. I don't know. That's just a couple of random spewings and wanted to tell you some just about what I'm going through, sometimes on a day-to-day basis. Thanks, guys.